Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, this is Reverend Campbell from Third Side, Speak of the Devil, and Satanists on Satanic Cinema. As a satanic content creator, I can tell you, this is a thankless job. I mean, you'll get the occasional listener or viewer that lets you know how much they enjoyed a specific show or you as an entertainer. Some will even show you how much they appreciate what you do by sending you nude photos or donations. But besides their generous showings of thanks, it's thankless. You run into detractors every day you put yourself out there. Detractors who tell you how bad you covered the topic, or missed that perfect question, or that guest, or had audio issues, or you had uploading issues, or they couldn't download the show because of their iTunes account, or they just don't like you, or how you are framing your show. For example. So content creators are forced to ask one simple question. Why? We aren't making money or becoming famous or getting anything tangible at all, so why are we doing it? What makes a person devote the hours to concepting, scripting, scheduling, recording, producing, and releasing a weekly show for the eventual, tens of people who are within that demographic to consume their content? As someone who's been doing it for years, I can tell you, it's passion. What Dorian and John are doing and the hurdles they navigate to regularly create their content takes passion. Only those who have done it or tried to do it can truly appreciate everything that is involved in doing it. And we do. So in that vein, I would like to tell Dorian and John, congratulations. I haven't listened to every episode, but I don't believe I have to know that you're doing something special. There have been fewer satanic-inspired shows like yours that have stood the test of time than the number of fingers on one of your hands. And there's a reason for that. It's hard. You took what you liked from your predecessors rather than copying and pasting it into your own show. You refined and developed the ideas into something original. And that is why you will last. So there it is. It's been a privilege to know both of you and see your passion project grow for these past 50 episodes, for this past year. And to the next year, I raise my glass to both of you and to the Devil You Know podcast. Onward. Hail Satan.
Started with a kiss, never thought. Oh, Igor, I wish you'd clean up after yourself. Oh, he's as useful as a marzipan dill. Oh, hello there. Didn't see you come in. Warlock David Ingram here with a few words for the Devil You Know. If I can find the blasted thing. Here we are. First anniversary of TDKY. KY, that reminds me, I must go shopping. Where was I? Oh, yeah, it's TDKY. Wait a minute, TDKY. It's TDYK. Who writes this rubbish? Igor. That's it. That is it. I'm out of here. Oh, wait a moment. Happy first anniversary, the Devil You Know. Congratulations. Now, where's the bar?
Rubbish!
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Devil You Know podcast. This is Satanist Jared McGhee, bringing you the 50th episode. We've got something special for you today. Today, our very own guests are your own Reverend John Shaw and Warlock Dorian Gray.
What's up, everybody?
Hello. This is weird. Hold on.
The tides have turned.
Ooh, we get an applause. Isn't that nice?
My show.
Yeah,
my idea, thought of it myself. Welcome to my show.
Yeah, we've been wanting to come on for a long time now.
I've been trying to get you guys to come on here. I'm glad you finally
I listen
joined
to you
us.
all the time, by the way.
I appreciate it. I got your love letters.
Sealed with a kiss.
All right. Well, we're definitely doing this one a little bit special because we finally got you guys in the hot seat. So I did a little history. I had someone look you guys up. I wanted to make sure we're going to tell the real story. So Dorian, we're going to jump right into it. I understand that you've just recently written your autobiography titled 14 Inches, Is It Enough? The Dorian Gray Story. Would you like to tell us about it?
What the hell is this?
I'm just kidding. No. I had to get that out there.
Is it enough? Wow. Thanks.
How does it feel being on the other end of the microphone, so to speak?
I'm like waiting for stupid shit. So yeah.
Well, there's a different host now, so you won't get anything stupid.
Right. Oh, people are gonna turn it off if they don't.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Come to us for.
Dick and fart jokes are coming. John?
Yes, sir.
So, how are you doing?
I'm amazing as always.
Yeah. You know, you guys are quiet now that you're on the other end. That is totally the opposite of what I was expecting.
I don't know what to say.
We were trying to squeeze in, and now you guys are just like, what do I do?
This is odd. Yeah.
It is. It's very. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. John, go ahead and get us started.
Well, I was the one that actually wrote the book, 14 Inches, Is It Enough? And, no, I'm kidding. Fuck, dude.
Yeah, that was the abbreviated version.
A little bit about myself. I don't know. Everybody knows everything about me already.
You live in right? You live in Arizona, so how was Hurricane Matthew?
It was a very light breeze over here.
Yeah.
A hot one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We that one.
You what?
But I'm glad you made it okay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mark myself as safe.
Yes. You probably should. Oh my God. All right. So, where to begin with the hosts?
It's a wonderful question. Dorian?
Where would you like to begin?
I have no idea. Tell us about that.
See how this goes? It's not that easy, is it?
No, it's not. It's really not. But no, tell us a little bit about how the show came to be.
I think John and I, we met in person at least at the DC Conclave, and just hit it off right away. Same kind of sense of humor, and we both knew we were thick-skinned and were able to fuck with each other. And I think looking for different avenues to work together on something. And I think just one night I just had an idea for doing just kind of a basic talk show, and I called. I was talking to John on the phone about it. And about 5 minutes later, he called me back. He's like, "What if we make it better by having me on it too?" And,
it'll be awesome.
Know.
Yeah.
And what do you know?
know?
So we did it. So it seemed like fun. So 1 year now.
Yeah, congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. How does it feel 50 episodes in? Like, how does it feel looking, back over the 50 episodes? How do you feel now versus then?
Like, it's different. It's just strange, surreal a little bit, because you're just like, on one hand you're like, it's only a year, but at the same time it's a fucking year, dude. It's like, so it's just
1/5 of the way there.
Yeah,
I remember the record is only 5 times ahead of you.
Yeah, definitely. I think
that's right.
Coming for you, Adam.
Right? What do we say?
It's our ultimate goal.
Yeah, it's our ultimate goal.
As long as our show lasts longer than Adam's did, that's all we care.
Yeah.
1 episode longer. Did anyone count? I'm pretty sure his would be miracle. Oh, we got this. You know what? Side project. We'll do that later.
Yeah, we just want to beat Adam's record as being the longest running satanic podcast. So
there you go. That's a good goal. It's good to have goals.
Everybody knows we're kidding, but we're serious.
Yeah.
We're serious about kidding.
Seriously.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Go ahead, shoot. What do you got?
What don't we know about you?
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
Some people don't know things. Some people don't know diddly.
Yeah. I mean, what haven't we covered between you guys give a brief synopsis of your week every week 50 times. What do we not know?
Yeah, are we?
How was your day?
The show's usually a biography about each person, like their what they're mainly known for, what they do, how they came to do it.
Okay.
Find them.
I can do that, even though everyone knows. But we can do that.
Or you could or you could have a fucking clue of what you want to ask us.
Well, the hot seat works both ways, man. I didn't.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't think about it on this end of that much.
Take some preparation. H.
I'm telling you, man. Jeez.
'Tis the Countess, and I wanted to take time out from breaking hearts and conquering the West to wish the lads of TDYK a happy 50th. Remember the old Countess's Book of Axioms. Take what you can, give nothing back, and make those monkeys suffer for it. Hail the devil you know, and hail Satan. Thanks, guys. Love ya.
So, John, you're the owner of iSatanist. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that? What got you started?
Oh, shoot. It's been, what, 2 whole years now? 2 or 3, I can't remember. I think maybe 2. But no, I just, we hit a dry spot, you know? All of us know exactly what I'm talking about. There was nothing out there that the church was endorsing as far as, jewelry goes. And, there were things a long time ago, and just this whole dry spell was out there. So I figured, hey, I'm gonna try to make something. I reached out to Peter, and he approved it, and I made. I think the first thing I was doing was those coins, and those just blew up. It was crazy. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should just start something official. I was talking to Peter for a while about everything. Had his blessing. Got a lot of motivation and guidance from him about things, and just slowly came out with another product, and I'm still adding products. There's still more things to come. It's been great.
What's the process like for making those molds? Because there's got to be that first one. Like, it's easy to make the second and third, but how's that making that first one go?
Well, you just, you get a prototype done, and then it gets molded, and now that mold is there to make roughly about maybe, depending on the piece, 500 to 1,000 before you have to make a new mold. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's one of those things.
And then at what point did you start doing beyond jewelry, like into shirts and stickers? And
it was at a point where I'm like, I want a shirt. You know what I mean?
Well, you had a badass logo, so somebody had to somebody wanted a shirt, of course.
Yeah, somebody wanted my logo on a shirt, and I was like, wow, that's kind of cool. Let me do that. And then Dorian designed the 1966 shirt with LeVay's head on there and everything, and it's just a kick-ass shirt, man. And everybody's been buying them up, and we see them all over Facebook, people wearing them and stuff. It's just it's a good feeling to know that it came from here. But
right,
it's really been awesome. And I even got hit up by someone who asked me if they can tattoo the iSatanist logo on their body. And
nice.
It blew me away. Like, I was just like, that is so cool, And
right down to the letters and everything.
Everything exactly how he wanted me to send him the actual, vectored image of the logo, and he took it to his tattoo artist, and boom, sent the tattoo, posted it on Facebook. Blew me away.
That's when you're making an impact, because you're literally making an impact on somebody's skin.
Yeah, that thing's gonna be in there for as long as he has skin.
Which is exactly why I have a portrait of John tattooed on my butt. So.
Oh
right,
yeah.
Right. That way, 10,000 years from now, aliens dig him up and say, "Oh, look at that."
Yeah, because it'll still be there intact.
Yeah. So will the company. Right. We're expanding to other galaxies. So.
I heard that commercial.
Yeah. It's so funny.
So, Dorian, we know you as being a tattoo artist. You've written a few publications. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got into that?
Well, I mean, I pretty much anything artistic, I usually end up involved in, or at least trying it, whether it be art, drawing, painting, music, writing. So, I mean, all of those things are just different avenues of other things that I want to try. And usually what it comes down to me is giving something a shot and seeing if it looks like it's going to take off. And so I've usually got several poles in the water at once. But
right.
Tattooing was one. I mean, I was driving a forklift, so that was very much unfulfilling. And so
Depends on how you use it. It could go viral.
Yeah, I didn't really care about tattooing that much until I got into it. I didn't have any tattoos. I just figured, well, if I'm going to do it, then I might as well get one and try it out on myself. And so that's really how I learned. Yeah, first tattoo I ever got was by me, and it was the first who I ever did. so yeah, and then it was just some little tribal thing on my arm. It's long since gone now, but I got this kit. This was before it was in my first shop. I got a cheap kit out of a magazine, and I got it. And I was like, what should I do? I didn't really want anything at the time, so I just sat there and scribbled on my arm, and yeah. So I think after a year of that, the first tattoo shop in the county that I lived in finally opened because they'd had a ban against tattooing, and it had been lifted.
Really?
So yeah, that was pretty common. That was pretty common. It's not so much nowadays, although there are still places. Mm-hmm. But it used to be really common to, especially through the Bible Belt, to not really have a lot of tattooing going on. So the first shop that was in our area, I ended up working there.
Well, you can't climb the ladder to heaven with a handful of tattoos.
Hell yeah!
So was the music going on at the same time, or where does that fit in? Because I recall both of you have musical backgrounds.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I played in bands since I was in high school. So, I've always been involved in music. And I've got a few... I think I've got several projects you can still get out there. I've got the Thorn Fetish album you can get on. I think the first one you can still get on Amazon or whatever. And also, especially through the downloadable music on Amazon, I have classical music on there. I even have the one with Draconis Blackthorn's poetry put to the orchestration that I did. So, yeah, that stuff's out there. Other than that, I haven't really done anything musically in a while though. But John is a rap battle master. So.
Yeah, no, I played drums since I was 9 years old, and I could play the shit out of some drums. But I started singing when I was 15. My first band, Marauder. We were doing a lot of Iron Maiden covers. It was awesome. Trooper was the first one I sang. But
nice.
Yeah,
that's a tough one to cover.
At 15,
at any age, that's not an easy act to follow.
I know, and it's really cool. I miss doing it. Marlene to this day bugs me to, start another band up and do it and stuff. A lot of people say I sound like Jeff Tate, or Sebastian Bach. Sometimes it just depends, but I don't know.
Nice.
I'm getting older, so I don't. I can't hit those high notes anymore the way I have, but my range is still pretty big, and the versatility in my voice is really good. I think Gyps Foldis said he was going to put me on a track and see how that goes, so that might happen. Yeah,
that'd be interesting.
I just haven't done anything, for a long time. It's still in me. It's still here. I can knock out a song or something, but I might get back into it. I don't know. Who knows?
Well, that would be a time. That takes up a lot of time and energy and effort, I would imagine.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep. Sure does.
And as we both know, you guys have plenty of spare time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the Vicar of Vice, Count Morvan from the Libertine Liaison, from the Devil podcast. I'm going to keep this brief, as I'm a little busy, but just wanted to wish you wine folk at the Devil a happy first birthday and a hearty congratulations on making it an entire year. As I said, I'm a little tired. Well, actually, I'm not. She is. Best wishes. Hail Satan.
How many poles do you have in the water, would you say? How many different projects do you think you've got working? Either of you, really. I know a few of Dorian's, and they're literally massive.
Yeah. You have a massive pole, Dorian.
That's what I'm told.
Yeah, I've got several massive poles actually.
All of
I've seen one.
You've seen two actually. You've seen the painting I'm doing for John, the start of it anyway.
I'm so glad you went that direction with that because I really opened myself up to a good one there.
Yeah. But then the
John didn't take advantage. Go ahead, Dorian. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I know.
poster, the poster that Peter Gilmore that I'm working on. You got to see that one.
Yeah, that was I didn't realize, and for anyone out there who doesn't know how it's pointillism, I'm gonna remember that name one day. It's pointillism. Is that right? I didn't realize how large those pictures are before they end up on the internet. And it makes sense because the bigger the picture, the easier it is to make detail. But it is way bigger, and you're going dot by dot. I mean,
yeah, I know a lot of them.
Yeah. Really, what was the dimensions on that one?
I think that piece of paper that I'm working on is I want to say it's like, I think it's about 30 by 40.
So for everyone out there, imagine a 30 by 40 canvas, and we've seen the one of Anton LaVey, and making that dot by dot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's why we have you do it.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm way behind on it. And that's
You
just
do
two
it,
of the
and John
projects
puts it
I've
up on
got.
the website.
Yeah.
It says, hurry up.
Yep.
Pretty much. That's how that goes.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. His work is amazing. I've got everything hanging up here, and they're large. I think we sell them at, 24 by 36, I think?
Yeah, poster size. Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
What happens to the quality when you shrink them down? Like, how does that work on the technical side? Because I understand that you have a background in computer graphics.
Yeah, it doesn't do
Web
anything.
design?
It's graphic design, web development, and video editing, and cinematography. But anyway, it doesn't do anything. You're just scaling it down, so it just keeps it. It's, the aspect ratio is the same.
Yeah, if anything, blowing it up too much would be where you'd get problems. But
Yeah,
Because then it would have to. Okay.
that's why he does the original so large, so that we can.
That way you could shrink it down and still see the image properly.
Oh yeah.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, he's got a lot of poles
Yeah.
in your mouth.
The real ski fest over there.
a ski fest.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Vagina.
Oh man. So John, what else are you working on?
I'm busy with iSatanist. I do freelance crazily. I've with the graphic and web and development and design stuff. I got the film production company that Marlene and I started, and we're working on a script with a friend right now to do a full length feature film. And
Nice.
it's going to be crazy, but we want to do this. And the Devil You Know podcast and Third Side Network with Adam Campbell and the Third Side Show. Just trying to make all these things happen. I'm working on the 2017 Satanic Warlock calendar for Aden Ardennes, and just
Speaking of polls,
Speak right.
Hell
Divide your
yeah.
time among all that. I mean, as many balls as you're juggling, how do you decide which one gets your attention?
I probably speak for all Satanists. We just want to be busy. We can't do enough. Well, you know what? I probably don't speak for all Satanists because sometimes. Well, anyway, for me, let me just put it this way. For me, I just can't be busy enough. I still got the family thing. I play with the dogs, pet the cat. I eat, I poop, I go to sleep.
You find that time where there's that rare moment of nothing to do and you just don't even know how to act. It's like if you're not
I that's not allowed in my life. I'll pick up a book.
That moment usually comes for like just for a second, and you're like, all right, what do I do now? I got to start something, No,
I usually in my free time, like total downtime, if I'm not watching something or catching up on a show, I'll pick up the Kindle, and like right now I'm reading Dan Brown Inferno because the movie's coming out, so I want to I always catch the book if I can before I see a movie, and just always doing something. If I'm awake, I gotta do something.
Well, I think that's kind of too where working with other people with collaboration kind of makes a difference too. Like you can have your own projects, but if somebody you admire, like I have plenty of projects, but when Bob Johnson says, "Hey, would you like to illustrate the Satanic Warlock? Hell yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I mean, it gets one more thing. You go, okay, that's too cool to pass up. I got to take that,
Right.
and same with like just working on this podcast with John. I mean, like when you work well with somebody and you respect somebody else, and it's just like it's hard to say, nah, I got enough going on. You're like,
Right.
oh no, I can do it. I can find time.
Yeah, that little effort.
Yeah,
I'm glad you
it's
mentioned.
gotta be fun every time too.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been on a few times now already, and it's just a blast each and every time. So I could imagine doing this 50 times now.
Yeah.
We have, yeah. No, I'm glad you mentioned Bob Johnson because that's another thing. Adam Campbell, myself, Bob Johnson, and Zatha Mog are collaborating together on a project that is coinciding with the release and the book of the Satanic Warlock by Bob Johnson. So
Nice.
yeah, it's going to be announced and all that, and be pretty freaking cool for everyone, man. Really, really cool.
What do you mean it's going to be announced? I thought it was just about to happen right now.
No. I'm talking about the project, not the book.
I know. I'm just messing
No.
with you. I'm trying to get you to announce it now.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
No. All right.
Can't do that.
Hey, you don't know if
So you
you
just
don't
felt
ask.
like teasing us.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
exactly. Right.
Of course.
Just the tip. Just the tip for the 50th.
That's right.
Hello? Hello? Oh my god. No way. It's been 1 year? Already? Wow. That's so cool. I remember when I had my 1 year with my one lung. Anyway, just wanted to wish you a happy anniversary. Cool. Bye.
Get some balls.
How did you have something for that comment on hand?
It's a soundboard. I just push a button.
Right, but you had something ready for that. Like, is it labeled with a sticker that says "in the event of tip dick"? Or you ready to press the button?
It's in a column called Dick. Yep.
Like it's the only one there.
No, there's like 4 in a row.
With your
right
finger like at the ready on the button, just waiting.
Always, and it's my finger's always on the button, baby. But
Talking about? No, I'm kidding.
it's right next to.
Vagina.
Yes,
But,
yes.
I just think Amy Pitt rocks, man. That's all.
Yeah, I told you we're gonna have a segment every single
So
week.
funny.
One moment where we take out of the week to just mention that. And it's usually queued up right after the vagina.
Yep.
So Dorian, tell us a little bit about how you discovered Satanism.
How I discovered it. Well, let's see. I come from a very, very Christian background. I'm sure I've told the story before plenty of times, but I mean, I grew up on the other side of the satanic panic. Family members that actually believed all that shit was real and stuff, and kind of, uber Christian family, I guess you could say. Basically, I went through a divorce, and I actually had time to myself. I had time alone for a
Is
while
that
where
what
I
it
actually
takes?
could. Sometimes it does, because I mean, for me, I always crave time alone, and I never get it anyway. But just a certain amount of time where I actually could, I guess, just look into anything and everything, looking at different religious philosophies and stuff, and obviously knew that I just was unhappy with mine and just finding it to be bullshit. And so I picked up the Satanic Bible expecting to read a horror story, whether it be
Pretty
a
much.
fictional or whatever. But I mean, I kind of expected to be more, here's how you sacrifice your virgins.
Exactly.
And I was going to read it as kind of a joke, or kind of a, oh, this is the thing I always heard so much horrible stuff about. And I read it in one night and was just like, this is not at all what I thought it was, but it was excellent, and it made sense. There was nothing in it I could argue about. I did put it on the shelf for about a year, and I made comparisons when I would read something else. I would I guess compare it to what I read in the Satanic Bible and go, wow, this is everything else is just junk. It just wasn't me, you know. So yeah, it was a good match.
Yeah, I've told people before that I've never been more happy to be wrong than when I first read the Satanic Bible, because I was really expecting the anti-Christian Bible and had no idea about a third side perspective. So I've never been happier to be wrong.
Yeah, I kind of expected this Goths Gone Wild kind of feeling
Pretty
to
much,
it. You know?
Yeah. The movie of the week type thing. Didn't realize that it wasn't movie of the week. It was my entire life in a book.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Which
John,
I know
you?
a lot of people say the same kind of thing, but I mean it's true. I mean, that's how most Satanists are. They see themselves in the book, and that's the only way it's not a worship Anton. That's me. I'm worshiping me, and you know, it just works out well. So
I've always loved that comeback, the whole you're worshiping LaVey. I'm like, that just means you didn't read it. And if in the off chance that you did read it, it wasn't for you, because it's cliche for us, but really it is. It was like looking into a mirror. It's like when Magistra Ruth was talking about how she could have, written. It wasn't anything she couldn't have written. I understand. That resonated with me. I was like, yeah, it really is a book about you.
Yep.
Yeah.
It makes complete sense.
Yep.
John, how was it for you? How did you get into it?
Well, I mean, my mother was, pretty Catholic, doing all that weird stuff that is not mentioned in the Bible, like rosaries and Hail Marys and Our Fathers. But
you have to do it.
I didn't understand. I'm like, I read the Bible, like, Mom, that's not even in the Bible. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Can you point it out to me? I'll find it. And that took, whatever.
Suddenly the chores came.
Yeah, right. But my dad was a Rolling Stone, hardly ever around doing his thing, and so I was a lot of there was a lot of time.
He was in the band, the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, I wish.
Your dad's Keith Richards.
That's right. But your dad's Jack Sparrow. But is it? But no,
nobody's dad.
He's never around, so I was able to run off in the neighborhood and just getting myself into trouble. There was a lot of neglect going on, so I was just out doing whatever, and came home when it was dark or I was hungry.
We'll hug you later next time I see you.
Yeah, so there was a neighbor guy that a couple of the kids would go over there and hang out and stuff, and before he molested me, I saw this Satanic Bible that he owned, and he let me borrow it, and I was reading
Time out. Was that a joke?
What's that?
With the before he molested me part. We just glossed right over that. We're not going to address it?
No, it's totally true, but he...
I feel like a dick.
No, it's cool. It's cool. He's no longer with us. He had the book, and I still have that original book in my possession.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I mean, when I read it, it was, it's just like, everyone says it just resonates with you, and just like, whoa, hey, this is talking about me. This is me. And over the years, I mean, I just learned more and more about it, and read more and more of the Satanic literature, and the internet came about, and the essays, and just kept really just studying, and just gaining all that knowledge about ourselves, so to speak. So here I am.
There's that S word that keeps coming up again. Study.
Yeah. Right?
What? Yeah.
It's the only religion you ever actually hear it in.
Yeah. Everyone else calls it practice.
I saw somebody. I just saw a picture of one of those church billboard signs that said, "The more we become quote unquote educated, the further we get away from God." And I thought, yes, exactly.
Yes. Correct.
Study.
John, Dorian, how are you? It's David Harris.
And Heather Harris. Heidi. Night Switch. Heidi. Harris Height.
Dude, can you settle on a name?
No, I don't know who I am anymore, Dave.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You guess that's true?
I guess that's true.
Do you?
I guess I kind of did that to you. Anyway, we're calling to congratulate you on your anniversary here.
15 years! years.
No.
No?
No, not 50 years. No, 50 episodes. 1 year.
50 years in one episode.
No, it's just the opposite of what I just said.
One giant episode.
That's not what they did. No, that's wrong. 50 episodes, 1 year.
I have like 50 episodes a day.
That is true.
Is that true as well?
You might be having one right now.
I might be having an episode. I don't know. One of my personalities is definitely not right now. But anyhow.
If this were a video message and you could see the crazed look in her eye, it's
Schmazed.
a bit frightening. Anyway, guys, congratulations.
Congrats, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Did either of you, did you sign up immediately? Did you put it down and sit on it for a while? How did that work for you guys? Because I hear that, there's the two types. There's those that couldn't even finish the book before filling out the application. And then there's ones that wanted to kind of mull it over for a little bit and read it a second time or, really start looking into it. So which one would you say you guys were?
Dorian, you go first.
Once I'd set it on the shelf for a year, and I, like I said, I kept making my comparisons and stuff. I came to the realization that I was a Satanist, but I didn't join for maybe another year after that. And during that time, I was kind of, I would talk to. I think this is before I was using. This is like maybe MySpace back then.
Right.
I was talking to a few other members, and I would ask a lot of them, like, is there a benefit to joining? Just curious, like, their feelings about it. And some people were like, you get out of it what you put into it, which is very true. It was interesting because I had a couple of people. I had a few people actually who maybe they didn't. I guess maybe just I've been friends on MySpace with certain people long enough that I think people just assumed I was a member at the time already. So there's a few people that were like, "Oh, you're not a member yet? I can't be friends with you. Sorry." And what's funny about that is I'm not gonna say who this is, but there was one person who pretty much said, they definitely weren't going to even talk to me. And they're like, sorry, maybe if you become a member, if you become a member, maybe I'll talk to you. But what's funny is that it's somebody fairly well known who actually asked me like for a favor later on, not realizing who I was, I guess, But
was
yeah,
that
so
before the birth of Dorian Gray?
No, actually, I think I was using that because that was actually a name a name I started using as a stage name for the band.
Okay.
So I've been using it for a long time, and that's why I kind of push it on here too. Is that there's just a lot of people that they've always known me as Dorian Gray. So, but anyway, yeah. So probably maybe another year after deciding that I was a Satanist that I became a member. I think it's been about 9 years ago for me now.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned being known as Dorian Gray. I actually had to put that in parentheses in my phone because whenever I go to type in your name to pull it up, I'm not sure which name I type, so I had to put both in there. So no matter which one I go for, I get your name.
Right. Nice.
Yep, that's how we do that one. And John, what about you?
I read it. I think I might have, because I was young, 13. I immediately, while reading
Really,
it,
13.
I immediately, while reading it, I identified and as a Satanist, and I said, this is about me. This is what I am. My mother didn't really enjoy hearing that, so all of a sudden
you told her,
of course, and I thought I could share anything with her. That blew up in my face, and yeah, she started with the the Bible classes. All of a sudden, this woman comes over with these pretty books and stuff, and I started digging them. I started digging the books, and I'm like, this is cool. I love my imagination and these stories and everything, but it was never real. I couldn't take it literally to me. It was just, it seemed too far fetched. How come?
Right.
There's this guy, and he's
living
healing,
in a whale.
Yeah, right. He's healing people, and he's doing all this stuff, but you don't hear about this ever happening ever in the history of mankind with anyone else. But there's a special guy. So it just sounded like gobbledygook to me. And
Right.
Come to
But
find out
if you
was.
think about it, that's a great way to start really diving into lesser magic, because you probably had to put that hat on and at least play nice. You had to sort of tuck the Baphomet.
No,
before you even got your first belt.
John doesn't do that.
I never.
Really?
did.
That had to be interesting.
I never. Yeah, I don't put myself in positions to have to. But you know, I understand how other people do. I don't. But that has nothing to do with me. Anyway, it's just People get. I don't know why even people get upset. You know, you have a different opinion.
Open that bag again.
Yeah, you have a different opinion. You're like, oh, you don't think like me. You're this and you're that. Yeah, okay, buddy, whatever. People, they don't understand that there's individuals. Anyway, I get it. I don't get mad that they tuck it. Why do they get mad at me for not? You know, it's stupidity. Anyway, no, but I just, I just played along with her a little bit and stuff. But the church freaked me out. I can't remember how old I was. Going to church, I went a couple times to this Catholic church, and it's just this morbid, naked guy on a cross, bleeding, and the stained glass, although well done, was just really just these faces of people that looked sad and crying, and you see these paintings all the time, these religious paintings of people just, weeping, and I'm like, what? This is supposed to be happy? Like, this is the greatest thing? I don't know. It didn't make sense to me, like, since a young age, and I just stayed away from it and did my own thing.
Just kind of hung out until you were able to be like, and there it is.
Well, I mean, only 2 years.
That was the
went
question. By. Was how long ago did you join?
Because I was home. When I read it when I was 13. Time went by. I was being a kid. I was still BMXing around, freestyling with my friends, hitting half pipe and stuff. But I went on with my life. But when I was 15, I got kicked out. So I was on my own doing whatever I wanted anyway after that. And,
there you go.
Yeah, but I didn't really join, right as soon as I was 18 or anything like that. It was a long time before I officially joined, But anytime I want to figure out something or find out about something, I'll find out for myself, instead of reading about it. I wanted to know what Scientology was about, so I went down there and faked them out and wanted to know what this is about. People say this, people say that.
Scientology.
Yeah, I just totally.
Did you do the test to see how many whatevers you have?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did everything. Yeah, it's hilarious. Trust me, it was for entertainment purposes.
Are you clear?
Only. No, not at all. not according to them. They have the hardest selling people up in there. They're like, this and that.
Like
and you should do that. And you have to get.
How many
course
course do you have?
Yeah,
Thetans. That's it. Damn it. Thank you.
Yeah, billions. But they're all over me. But you can't get them off. But yeah, it's the hugest scam since Christianity. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's but I laugh about it and share these stories with Marlene, and it's just she thinks it's hilarious. But I wanted to know what Freemasonry was about, and I went and joined, and I became a Freemason. I got the 32nd degree.
Cool.
Yeah, 32nd degree Freemason, and did some stuff with these guys.
32nd degree.
Yeah. Yep.
So you were up there with like the Grand Master of the Lodge.
Yes, in the Grand Lodge. I was actually secretary of my lodge for 2 years, in elected office. In charge of paying bills and taking in the money and paying all the bills and doing all that and keeping track of minutes and just all the official stuff. Yeah.
Was it you that was behind killing all of our celebrities? Because I had this tinfoil hat that basically I intercepted the transmissions,
right?
And all of them. You missed a few of them. We got a couple good ones that were gone. Did you have anything to do with that?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Amy Winehouse was on that list, then thank you.
Oh yeah, no, that one was okay. That one was good to go. But your guy's aim was off for 2016. I'm just saying.
Was it? I mean, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I plead the fifth. Huh?
I really don't know. I really don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, how many people did we lose in 2016? Did you forget already?
A lot.
Oh man. Okay, no problem.
George Carlin, right? Was it 2016?
I don't know now.
Yeah.
The guy from Phantasm.
Oh yeah, that guy.
That's his name, the guy.
Steve Buscemi.
Lemmy.
Yeah.
Lemmy.
That's
Come on.
right. Yep.
David Bowie. Prince.
Are we really going through the list?
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I was on a tangent now. It was a joke at first, but then I'm like, damn it, who was it? And now I have to blame John.
Yep.
All right.
I get blamed for a lot of things. It's all right.
Yeah, right?
Stupid.
This is Gyps Fulvus, wishing you a happy 1-year anniversary for the Devil You Know podcast, and a happy Halloween season. The gore the merrier.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to wish the Devil You Know podcast a wonderful first anniversary. This message comes from your friends at the Satanic Player Society, whose tales of horror and madness pales in comparison to the debauchery and lunacy you call life.
What else you got, Mr. Host?
I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. I was lost in the moment there for thinking about the celebrities that we've lost. I was like, damn, this really has you had me lost there. No, it's cool. I did not know that you actually joined the Freemasons. That's pretty interesting. That was one of the ones I looked at before discovering Satanism. I thought, because my history with Christianity, that I could play along well enough for the believing in a God sort of thing, but it just didn't feel right.
Well,
I didn't.
There's no belief in a God thing. It's not a religion there. It's every lodge, or let me just say every state has their own constitution, so to speak. Their own chapter. So it's like the requirements in Arizona is that you believe in a supreme being, and how and who it is of your own choice and your own personal belief. So
do they ask?
No, they only ask if you go through something called the York Rite. You have to profess that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, and there's only 9 degrees in the York Rite. So
I was going to say there's less degrees in that one.
Yeah, I can't do
between
that.
And the Scottish Rite.
Yeah, I couldn't do that, so I went with the Scottish Rite and did the whole thing. We got up to my 32nd degree. Yeah, there's only the supreme being I believe in is me. So I am my own God.
It counts, though. If you think about it,
it
really
does.
counts.
Yeah, no, it does. There's the only thing I didn't understand was like, I had one guy, older guy, was very upset when he found out that I was a Satanist. Very upset because he's like,
really?
This goes against Freemasonry. This goes against and then I had Grand Lodge members that I was friend with. They're like, no, it actually doesn't. It doesn't at all. Right. They believe in a God, and it happens to be themselves. It even says in our Constitution there that the Masonic thing that how and who that is of your own personal business. So they don't have any right to say, well, that's not the God of my God, So that guy was very upset, but he got his ass handed to him, man, because it's the thing. That's what it is. But the strangest thing about that is, like, I never understood how any Buddhists can be, Masons, and we had a few Buddhists because they don't believe in any God, so they don't believe in a supreme
theistic
being.
Buddhists, though.
Well, these guys don't, because they don't believe in it at all. So I never understood how they were able to go through the rituals and all that stuff. It's pretty weird to me, but hey.
Dorian, any Illuminati-based cults for you?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. Not in the know, huh? No Bilderberger.
I spent most of my life in a ridiculously giant cult called Christianity. So yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Those anyway.
The only difference between cult and religion is time and membership size.
Yep, that's right.
Telling you.
And totally if you have to have sex with the leader, yeah.
Is that a pro or a con, though?
Depends on if you're
take it on a case-by-case basis.
Oh, man.
Happy 1-year anniversary to the Devil You Know. You guys talk more about my own dick than I do. This is Warlock Luthold.
This is Satanist Andrew Rawson, and I'm here to say congratulations on 1 year of The Devil You Know by John Shaw and Dorian Gray. Here's to another year to you guys and many more to come. And fuck all the people who say the Church of Satan isn't doing anything. Hail Satan.
So, what's in store for each of you guys? What's besides the many poles in the water? Is there anything you've got going on that we don't know about?
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see.
We can know about.
I am not working on it yet, but I have plans for 2017 for a new book. Sort of a look at, I guess, applying Viking proverbs to modern men's life, but also kind of a commentary on men are a bunch of pussies these days, need to toughen up.
The whole if you can't change your tire, you can't have a beard.
Such a fucking pussy.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, this show, I'm gonna try and not. I say this now, but I'm gonna try and not to commit to a bunch of new projects. But we know how
That'll be your next project.
Right.
Your next project is to not commit to next projects.
Dorian needs some me time, you know.
Hopefully, I finish this this poster here in the next month and get it out. So,
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, right.
Oh, and I am still doing cartoon work for old Nick too. I actually just turned in one today
I forgot about that. You mentioned the cartoon work.
Yeah, just the monthly. There's usually like one little cartoon in each issue over the last few months. Although the last episode or last issue, I didn't put something in. I guess I missed it or something. But but anyway, yeah, that's another thing that I do. But that's not a big one. I guess that's not nearly as hard as a 200-hour pointillism poster.
Yeah, and counting.
Yeah.
John, what about you? Any, what would be next for you? I mean, any long-term wants or wishes that you just thought about or rolling around, and one of these days you're gonna be like, all right, let's do it.
I wish for more wishes.
Yeah.
I've got my hand in a couple of things coming up. I'm a couple of unmentionables I can't say right now because it's not time to announce it. But there's
right.
I'm working with Adam Roberts right now, working on some glass and sterling silver jewelry, pendants and rings, and then also a ritual pendant that lights up.
Nice.
Yeah. Anki Dark Soul on Facebook. He's going to be involved in this project. We're just trying to get all the logistics kind of buttoned up and how we're going to present this thing, but it's going to be really, really, really cool.
That sounds, and especially getting inky, and it's going to have some sort of a high tech.
Yep.
Gizmo. It'll project something.
Oh yeah. It'll project light.
Gateway to hell.
Exactly.
No, they're going to light up. They're going to be just glowing with, looking like they have some kind of power.
You gotta get on the Christmas tree topper. Maybe we put him on that.
You're like the sixth person that reached out to me and said, work on, get a Christmas tree topper.
I was the first person that came out a year ago.
Maybe you
and
did.
mentioned it to you. A Baphomet Christmas tree topper.
Let me reword that. About 6 people said I should do that. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I can do it. I think I know what needs to be done, and I think I could do it. So, yeah, I think that's going to happen.
There you go. I'm glad to give you another poll to handle.
By this Christmas, I'm not sure, but
you're gonna handle Jared's poll now too.
That's gonna take some time. You need to clear your schedule.
Well, I don't have large hands, but all the poles are small for some reason, so that's how they can all fit in his hand.
Well, I'll take it however I can get it.
He's a grower, not a shower. But
drive for the show, putt for the dough. That's how we do it.
Definitely, man. I think it was great having you on as a host, man. I think
it's tough. It's tough. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's being on the being interviewed. It's one thing. It's exciting, and you get on there, but you don't really have to come up with anything because you need to respond.
Right.
And I know me better than any other topic, but when I'm trying to find out about something, especially something trying to keep it interesting about you guys, what could I ask you that we don't already know? It's you just kind of roll the dice and see how it goes. I
You
appreciate
probably should
your
have put out a
position.
questionnaire first.
Yeah, well,
out online. What do people want to know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about that. After we started the show.
We think of a lot of things after we start a show. Too.
Oh yeah, like hindsight. We're gonna have to have interview take 2. It'll be spliced together. No, I'm just kidding.
Hindsight is better than my eyes.
100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I want to say a little something. It's been a year. It's been a great year. It's only the first year in many, hopeful years. But I want to thank all the listeners that listen to the show. I know I speak for Dorian when I say thank you for listening. Thank you for giving us, the props that you do online and the shares that you do online and telling people about the show and liking it and the suggestions that we have gotten and the emails we get and I think we had a lot of contributors to the show coming and going and things like that. And we want to thank them, all of them, for their part of what they did contribute and what other contributors are coming on board in the future. We got a big thing coming up that is exclusive for the Devil You Know podcast. I think I could announce it. I'm going to make a formal announcement on Facebook, but I think I could announce this. Dorian, you think so? You think? I'm going to announce it.
I don't see why not, because you got a few days till this is posted.
Yeah, I think I'm going to announce it because we're getting it all ready, but this is going to blow people's minds because it's something that I think everyone wants, and I think we're just going to give it to them. Everybody loves Count Moravon's voice. He's a living vampire. It's amazing, and there's a lot of sex in there. There's a lot of wrath in there. It's really good. He's just has a great voice. So we've invited him to come on and read the Satanic Bible in piecemeal to our listeners.
Nice.
On each episode, and just have, if you wait for all the episodes, you can put it together and have a complete reading of the Satanic Bible. So
you can have an audio version of the Satanic Bible.
Yeah, essentially.
See the frequently asked questions section of the website, of course.
Yeah. But we're not selling it. It's all, our show is free. So it is what it is, and we're allowed to read. These are for people that go, you sure you can do that? Yes, we can. We looked into it. It's just a piece of audio, somebody reading a book here and there.
We know the boss.
If you want to put it together or you want to listen to it all in a row, you're welcome to do that for your private self, Yep.
But, there you go.
Yeah. So it's gonna be pretty cool.
That's a great idea, I think. The show's pretty big. I never actually did tell you. I've always meant to, but I've mentioned the show to a few of my friends who aren't members, and they've started from episode 1 and backtracked, and they tell me, "Man, this is great," and they're not even members. So I'm like, it's out there. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's weird.
Matter of fact, I think we're worldwide now. We've got didn't we have somebody from England this week ask for a shout out?
We did. You know what? We should say something.
We'll give him a shout out.
Yeah, his name is Lee Beats, and we want to say hi to the Beat family over in Birmingham, right? Am I right about that?
Hi, Lee.
Yeah, he said the whole family listens, right?
Yeah, up in the UK there. So how's
Birmingham,
it going, Lee?
that's where Ozzy's from.
Really?
Yes, Birmingham, England.
Sharon.
Nice.
But Lee, thank you for listening, man. Thank you to everyone for listening.
And everybody, everybody all across the globe that listens to it. That's really cool to hear. We
Especially
appreciate
in
it.
1 year.
Yeah,
in 1 year.
I know. All they need to do now is buy a T-shirt or something and wear it around, because chances are someone else is listening and who's going to see that T-shirt on you. You can make a new friend.
Bumper stickers. We need bumper stickers.
Bumper stickers. You got them all.
We need bumpers, man. There's no bumpers on anything anymore. It's weird.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Adam Roberts. I just wanted to congratulate you on your 50th episode. Your show's very informative and very entertaining. Look forward to it every week. You guys are consistent, and I hope you keep it up. You guys are on fire. Rock on. Hail Satan.
Wow. 50 episodes. Keep lighting those asses up, boys, and giving them a thorough kicking. Or a good spanking. I'd be happy with either. This is Misty Tires calling in to wish John and Dorian congratulations on 1 year of the devil you know. Hail Satan.
Yeah, well, I think you know what time it is. It's time to put the spotlight on you.
What do you mean?
Dorian, what does Satan mean to you?
Oh, shit. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's different on this end, isn't it?
Yeah. Go ahead, Dorian. You answer, and I'll think of something.
John's over here, like, scribbling notes furiously.
Shit.
Well, for me, it's a fairly simple answer. For me, Satan is bringer of freedom. When you grow up in a extremely Christian home, and they brainwash you into telling yourself that you're truly free because of Jesus, and to be free of those bonds. And and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. My family, they raised me the way they did out of love. They, wasn't intentional. Christian parents don't brainwash their kids, maliciously. Right. But being free of that, and being able to really see things clearly and be myself, that's what it represents to me. Is just an actual freedom versus a freedom that you convince yourself of. So, yeah.
Awesome.
I like that. Nice. John?
Oh boy. Me already?
Yeah.
All right. No, I mean, I don't want to sound cliche or anything. Let me think of this. Let me give you this one then. I'll just do this. Satan, to me, is that force in nature that permeates everything. And these so-called sins that have been in our lives for a very long time, the alleged sins of, envy. Let's see if I can do all these. Wrath, greed, gluttony. Was it sloth, pride, and lust? Yes, I did it.
Nice.
But Satan reminds me that these are simply the motivating factors in nature that cause us to work harder and become more successful and indulge without compulsion and kind of just strive for our own happiness. Satan, that is like a dark force, and it keeps me focused on what my abilities are, my limitations, and it just causes me to question things. Making myself more wise to the ways of this world.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I gotta say this though. I got 50 episodes.
No, this is my turn. I
That
have
was
to
the
say
best.
that both of those, one of those is in the top 50 best answers ever. Because technically the other one is 51st. I'm just kidding.
That's
kidding,
right.
Man. You had to think about it for a minute. It got all quiet. But technically we've had 51 answers now, right?
No, actually, some of the episodes were.
Somebody was counting.
Some of the episodes were Circle of Jerks, so we never got to ask. So I don't
touche.
remember.
Well, we had one Circle of Jerks. I think the first Circle of Jerks, didn't we have like everyone answer it?
I think
now we're
so,
back
and then we didn't.
That was like
so
the 55th answer.
maybe, yeah.
Although we had a couple of because we had a couple of non-members on here that would. I don't think we asked them that question.
I don't think so.
somebody's
the
listening and paying attention to how many there are and which ones are in what order. So
I'm curious to see what that family tree looks like.
It's a computer analysis happening right now over this.
Let's get Inky on it. Where's Inky?
Shit.
Awesome.
Well, that was awesome, guys. Thanks for having me on as the guest host. It's an enlightening experience and humbling at the same time.
It's humble yet continental. Yeah, definitely, man. I think you did a good job for your first time around.
I appreciate it.
We might have you do it again when we, feel a little lazy.
Yeah.
Episode 100.
There you go. Episode 100
away.
or when you just, don't give a damn. Either way.
Yeah, definitely. But again, thanks everyone for listening.
Right on.
All right. Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Satan.